All right, guys. So today I wanted to showcase a little bit of shipbuilding. A lot of people have been building ship builds out there, but one thing that I had come up with me was I was screwing around with the ship, and when everything said and done, was you could put everything back to where it belongs, right? No big problem, no big deal, everything's back together, stuff like that. But what happens when you screw up? Do you just cancel modification and back out? Like, that's all I see people do, or they're able to get it done. The biggest thing that got me with mouse and keyboard was I ran into this issue when I tore everything apart and moved everything off to its side. I went to go to put it back on, and it was at a different level. And when you'd look, oh, why are we below? And I literally just ripped stuff off the ship, moved it over, tried to put it on, and it wouldn't clip back on. And deleting it after you've already finalized it, it gives you barely any credits. So one thing I noticed with all of that was Control Z can fix it, whether you're mouse or keyboard. The big thing is on mouse and keyboard, you do want to highlight the item, press space so you can actually bring the item up or down, and using your F or R, you can actually bring it back into place to be able to actually click on it. Same thing goes for if we switch over to controller, just so people see with controller, you can come over, highlight it, and personally, I think it's actually easier. It auto selects for you, and you can literally drag and drop it till it's at the right height and click it on. So you can literally click, remove things, put it back, and if it's any ever out of place, reverse. Like, personally, I think the controller is easier. I do have fun with mouse and keyboard. I've played mouse and keyboard this entire time, but there are aspects when it comes to outpost building, when it comes to ship building, that both controller and mouse and keyboard are stuff that work very well together. And if you have the ability to use both, why wouldn't you? So that was just something I wanted to showcase. I am going to be dabbling in some ship building to showcase anything and everything people may want to see with it, going over like your checks with any idea what's between a red message and a yellow message. Why can't I save with a red message? How do I fix that? There's ways to multiple select your entire ship. Like, I had 2 missing items, and it was actually like one of my guns was off and I didn't see it because it was hidden like underneath. And as all I did was move the entire ship to figure out what modules weren't on there. But one thing to keep in mind, you back out, you can modify at any ship location, or you can build an outpost with a ship builder. I do have one of those as well. But the big takeaway is you have to have a ship in order to actually build. Like, this ship that I did build, that I call the Hull Destroyer, this was originally your first starter ship, and then I'm on my 3rd playthrough, so I have my Starborn ship. But then I went and got the Mantis, and I actually decided I took its Class A ability and I made it a Class C, because it's a really good ship. And then on top of that, I did add some shielded cargo. So upgraded its cargo, upgraded its shield, had to add on 2 extra pieces of landing gear, but it all went from Class A to Class C, and the only thing left I had to do was upgrade the weaponry because I ran out of money, so I actually had to go farm up some more money. And yes, I know there are some easy dupes out there, some easy way to get money, but I enjoy the game. I do showcase how to get some money out of Aquili, but this video was to show, in fact, if you ever disconnect something, like I've ripped my entire ship apart, separated it scrap by scrap, and then I wasn't able to put it back together because stuff wasn't aligning. And when I did look up a video to see, it was just people taking a piece off their ship, putting it back on, and it was always perfectly aligning, and I could not figure out, for the life of me, I was using the axis plane going up and down, nothing was happening, but the big key thing you had to do was mouse and keyboard does make it difficult, where you literally have to get it to where it selects everything, and then you can actually adjust the height. Versus doing it with controller, you literally come over, select, and it does the same thing as pressing spacebar. So no matter where it was at, you'd be able to easily fix everything and put it back in. So that's just to showcase, if you do have a controller, whatever your preference is, there's two ways of doing it. When building an outpost, definitely any video that's out there that says a controller is easier, I do agree, because it does give you fine-tuned movements. I will be doing another showcase where I show one of the ships I've captured. We're going to tear it down to scrap, and we're going to try and build a ship. Obviously, like, this ship I built is a great hauler. It works great for me. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's got a lot of cargo space, 5980, and weapons galore. Everything that I need to accomplish anything. All my storage is up top. Plenty of engines, but this was my first attempt at actually building a ship. So I want to actually try and feature and have some fun with this. I really enjoy this game. I do have over 120 plus hours into the game. I've done all the side missions through my first playthrough, then the main missions, and now I'm doing main missions and hitting some of the side quests, doing some of the things I didn't do, making an outpost, dabble into shipbuilding, stuff like that. So I'm trying to learn all aspects of the game so I can showcase and show you everything you need to learn with this. I'm not big on making videos on the dupes, but if you want to know where you can find the stuff, an easy route about going to it, there are plenty of videos out there, and I can make one for you if it is suggested. But if it's not, just keep this in mind. I personally like to make walkthroughs, build guides, stuff to help you have fun with the game, figuring things out. And like always, I do stream on Twitch, so when I stream on Twitch, Tiny Penny, you can come check me out in my stream. Come join the channel. I do play a lot of survival games, Diablo, Diablo 4. I am a Diablo 4 partner. I am partnered up with Rogue Energy. But between those, I love playing every new game that generally comes out and trying it out if it sparks my interest. Right now, Starfield definitely has my interest, and I'm going to continue to play till I end up maxing out my power skills and all of that, and figuring out everything it is I need to do to get certain unlocks in the game. So with that, I'll catch you in the next video. You guys have a good one, and I will see you guys later. Thanks, guys.